In 2012, there was a riot in San Francisco because the Giants won the World Series. Again, I don't get it. Apparently, white people love to riot when they're happy. Strange. In 2011, there was a riot in Vancouver when the Canucks lost the Stanley Cup. Okay, slightly better, even though still dumb, because it's a game, sports, rioting over that. In 2012, there was a riot in Kentucky when the Wildcats won the NCAA tournament. College sports, that's how much they care about this, that they'll fuck shit up over it. In 2004, 2007, and 2013, there were riots in Boston because of baseball. Okay. In West Virginia in 2014, there were riots because the Mountaineers won. The Mountaineers, a team that I didn't even know fucking exists. I never heard of them before until right now. Riots over them, riots. In 2011, I love this one. When Joe Paterno was fired, because of course Joe Paterno looked the other way when Sandusky was fucking little kids. Well, he was fired for that, and as a result, kids rioted in favor of him. Don't get me wrong, I understand that that's a debatable issue. Like, do you punish the guy, not the guy who did the crime, but the guy who looked the other way? Do you take away his job for something that Sandusky did? There's a debate to be had there, sure. But to riot over it, rioting over it. The guy looked the other way when kids were getting butt-fucked. You're rioting in favor of that person. Okay, well, again, here you have it. This is the shit that predominantly white people riot over. Still not done. In Tennessee in 2010, there were riots when a coach stepped down. In 1986 and 2013, there were riots in Huntington Beach, California, over a surfing competition. A surfing competition. I thought surfers had this aura of calm. And people look at surfers like, oh, dude, they're so relaxed. They're like high all the time, bro, and just taking it easy. No, apparently they're rioting over surfing competitions. In Chicago in 1979, there were riots over too much disco music. I've never seen a sentence more white than that. 1979 riot over too much disco being played. The black people were having fun, and the white people were like, we can't stand this. We're anti-fun. Can we riot over the music? And then the best for last by far, in New Hampshire this year, there was rioting over a pumpkin festival. Oh, come on, man. I'm embarrassed, dude. I'm embarrassed. As a white guy, let me apologize on behalf of white people. This is what we're riding on? Surfing competition, bro. Break the glass on that business. I'm angry because Kyle didn't ride the wave right. Yeah. Surfer guy name is Kyle, and I hate that too, believe me. But it's true. It is kind of like a surfery name. They rioted over pumpkins. Pumpkins. So here's the breakdown. When do black people riot? And look, I'm sure there are similar cases where there was rioting and it wasn't for something political and something serious and something, let's face it, important, okay? But there were the Rodney King riots. They were mad because there was no justice when a guy was beaten down on camera for a very long time and the cops totally got away with it, no problem. There was that. Then there was in Ferguson, like we've been watching. Now, again, let me be clear. I don't condone these things. In fact, I've spoken at great length about how I disagree with militant raid the substance behind different riots. Yes, If you're white and you engage in the same actions that a black person engages in, it's viewed through a lens that's more positive in its undertones. Not that, hey, it's totally excusable, but it's viewed as like, oh, here are a couple of hooligans. Don't let a few bad apples spoil the bunch. Yeah, they're wrong, but don't judge everybody based off the actions of these few crazy people. That's what you hear when we're dealing with sports riots or other riots. But when it comes to, like, in Ferguson, you get this tone from the media, like, they're all wrong, they're all bad, they're all engaging in it, there are no peaceful protesters, and you know how those goddamn criminals are. There's a difference in the way it's viewed by society. Another example is back during Katrina, when there was looting. When white people were looting, and this was referenced in the Raw Story article about this, when white people were looting, the media covered it as it's people looking for food. That's how they covered it. When the black people did the same thing, they just called it looting. Therein lies white privilege. It's the idea that if the person is one of your own, well, you know they mean well, so even if they did something fucked up, it's just one person, don't let it spoil the whole group. But if it's a black person doing something bad, well, I mean, that obviously is demonstrable, and it shows it's a microcosm of the entire community, and they all believe that, and that's just how they are in their nature. So this is very important. This is a good story to keep in mind when you start hearing the ridiculous generalizations.